See you all there. Alright guys, welcome to the tax section. So now we're going to talk all about WooCommerce taxes, and I'm also going to show you how you can automate your taxes for your WooCommerce store as well. So right here, I'm going to go to my dashboard, and right here, I'm going to go to WooCommerce and go to Settings. Alright, so right here, I'm going to go to Tax. Now, if you guys want automated taxes, there is a plugin, I think it installs by default, called WooCommerce Services. If you have that plugin installed, it will work. I'll give you an example of the plugin just to make sure you guys know what it is. So right here, you have WooCommerce Services. So this will do automatic calculation, live shipping rates, and it will print the shipping label, etc. Okay, so that's basically how I got the shipping label and everything else. And I'll talk more about the shipping labels when we talk about shipping. So let's go ahead and go back to WooCommerce and go to Settings. Now guys, taxes it's kind of, you know. So right here, I'm gonna go to tax. So I want to enable automated taxes. Now I don't have to, but right now I'm just gonna go ahead and leave that automated, just to give you an example of how it works. Prices entered with tax. So no, I will enter prices exclusive of tax. So what that means is, do you want your products to have the tax included? If you do, you can click on there. If not, you're gonna click right there. Generally, you probably want to put no. You don't really want to put your product with tax because it just looks ugly and the amount's gonna be kind of weird. So calculate the tax based on the customer's shipping address, billing address, or the shop-based address. Now, I am no accountant, but generally I would want to leave this as customer shipping address because that's probably where they live and purchase the product. Shipping tax class, right here, I'm going to put standard. We have reduced rate, 0 rate, and then we have shipping tax based on cart items. So I'm going to explain what those 3 sections are. It's basically like categories, guys. That's it, just categories. They just made it sound a little bit more complicated than it really is. Right here, we have reduced rate, 0 rate, and then you can put more if you want. You're basically putting categories in. That's really all you're doing. So display prices in the shop, excluding tax, right? That makes sense. Or you can have including tax if you'd like. Display prices during cart and checkout, excluding tax. So it's not going to show them the tax when it's in the cart and checkout process. So you kind of want to throw it in way at the end, you know, which is ideal. You don't want to like throw the tax at them right away because that might discourage them from buying. And WooCommerce kind of knows that, so that's why they've excluded the tax right there. So price display suffix, we can go ahead and put your, price display suffix. So define the text to show after your product prices. So I would just leave that blank right there. I would not put anything there. And display tax totals as a single total or itemized. Generally, you want to leave this as a single total. You can put it as itemized, but then your tax total can be a little convoluted. So right here, I'm going to put save changes, and I'll explain how that works in just a little bit. So we have our settings set. Now right here we have standard rates. So let's go ahead and click on standard rates. All right, so right here we have a country code. I'm just gonna go ahead and remove this and start from scratch. So let's say, for example, you have a specific standard rate. So we can get very technical here. So for the country code, I'm gonna put United States right there. Now, you guys can even set the tax rate for a specific state depending on where they're subject to. So you guys can actually go to taxjar.com. Now, depending on where they live from, you have to charge them tax accordingly. But for example, right here, let's click on Montana. So Montana, sales tax rate is 0. If we click on Nevada, we have sales tax rate of 6.85%. So for example, Montana has a 0 tax rate. So right here for the state code, I don't know Montana. What is it again? MT right there. MT. I'm going to put a 0 tax rate because Montana is not supposed to be taxed whatsoever. And I'm not going to tax on shipping. So right here, you can select the option to tax on shipping, and you can compound it to tax the shipping and item together. So that's what the compound is right there, and you can read all about it. But some states are subject to it, some are not. But I'm going to go ahead and leave that unchecked. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and say, no, I don't want to tax on shipping. However, in some states like California, you can tax on top of the shipping as well. So right here, I'm going to click on Save Changes. Okay. But that's just an example, guys. So basically what I've done is if someone buys something from Montana, they're going to get a 0% tax rate. Okay. Now let's get a little bit more complicated. So I'm going to go ahead and make another one right here. US, and I'm going to do California. So right here, I'm going to put the rate of California, which is 7.25%. Okay. 7.25%. And then right here, do you want to tax on top of shipping? Yes. And you can actually read, is it taxable on shipping, etc. So you guys might want to go through tax chart and read a little bit about this because again, I can't really give any advice on how you would tax your business accordingly. But there are some states where you would have to charge them tax basically where they're from or where you're from. That list is on here, so you guys might want to go ahead and check this out. But anyways, so let's just say, for example, we're going to go ahead and check out another one. So right here we have, let's check out this one right here. So in, let's pick another one. Let's pick Sacramento. So in Sacramento, the tax rate is 8.25%. So it's a little bit higher than California's sales tax rate right here. So right here, you can actually create a second one, such as US, and then go ahead and put this. And then we can actually find the postal code for the actual, we could put 95835. And then people from that rate, 983, what was it, 98335, 95835. Okay, 95835. So people from that specific zip code are going to be charged a sales tax of 8.25%. Now, again, it depends on what state that you are selling it from. I will link this article for tax jar in the description below because sales tax can always be a little complicated and, it's always a gray area. It's not a gray area, but it's a little complicated. There are some plugins that will actually speed up this process. Now, TaxJar has their own plugin. I will leave a link in the description of this video. So right here, you type in WooCommerce tax plugin. Now, this will make everything a lot easier. So right here, this will actually automatically do all the taxes for you. If you want to go ahead and use TaxJar, you can also use WooCommerce by default. Okay. Now, I believe a lot of the digital goods aren't subject to tax. So if you're in California, for example, digital goods are not subject to tax. So if you're selling digital products and you're taxing people, you shouldn't because digital products do not have a sales tax in California. However, in certain states they do. So you might want to triple check on TaxJar to find out exactly what it is. Again, I would recommend doing the automation because quite frankly, this can get a little complicated. But I'm going to still explain what these other ones are. Okay, so basically I selected a standard tax rate for Montana. Now, reduced tax rates. So let's say, for example, a specific part of Los Angeles has a discounted rate. So let's go ahead and give you an example. I'm going to go ahead and go over here to this one right here. So in Bakersfield, in Kern County, they have a rate of 7.250. So right here, I'm going to put country code USA. That, and then right here, CA. And then right here, I'm going to put 7.250, and then I would select the zip code for whatever we're from. It's there somewhere, it's here somewhere. So I'll just grab one. Let's see right here. I'll just, we'll do this one right here. Or San Bernardino, here we go. San Bernardino. Okay, and the tax rate there was 7.75. So I'm just going to skip over that one, 7.75. Okay, and I'm not going to select shipping, even though it is. So right here, I'm going to click on Save Changes. So I have reduced rates. Now, why do I have this option? Well, when you create products, you can actually set a specific product for a specific tax rate. So let's say, for example, you are selling digital products and you're selling regular products. you might want to put a 0% tax rate on digital products, since in California, digital products are not subject to sales tax. So let's give you an example. Products, I'm gonna go to all products. I'm gonna go to girls shirt right here. And I'm gonna go click on edit product. All right, and right here under our, let's see, we have our inventory, our general. Okay, so right here under tax class, we can select standard, reduced rate, or zero rate. So here, I'm actually selecting this product now to be in the reduced rate class. So this product will be taxed 7.75%. So that's an example of how you can select a specific tax class, okay? So right here, I'm gonna click on update. Okay, so let's go ahead now and check out the product. So right here, I'm gonna go to view product. We're gonna go to checkout. Oh, I gotta add that to cart really quick. So sorry, add to cart. I'm gonna go to view the carts, and I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this one. And then I'm gonna go to proceed to checkout. Okay, so the tax rate there is accordingly. So it's charging me 7 points, whatever of that. So that's basically the tax rate it's setting me, because that is the tax rate I added for that specific product. Okay, so that's an example of basically categories. And if you look at the other tax rate, there are 0. So for example, right here, I'm gonna go back to my my WooCommerce and go to settings. And if we go to our other one right here for our 0 tax rate, you can basically just set a 0 tax rate right here. So 0 rate rates. So these ones right here, you might want to put like there is no tax or whatever. So it basically just helps you categorize specific items for that. So that's basically what the standard rate means, reduced rates, and the 0 rates as well. So right here, I'm gonna click on reduce rates. I'm gonna go ahead and just delete all of these and click on save. Standard rates right here. Go ahead and remove those as well and click on save. All right, and tax options. I want to enable automatic taxes, and I'm gonna go ahead and save it right there. So now I'm gonna go ahead and add in a few products right here. And again, remember that the tax is based on the shipping address. So right now it's based off my personal shipping address. However, if you want to do it to like their billing address, you can do that. I'm sorry, their customer shipping address. So it's based off the customer's shipping address. Or you can do shop-based address, which is your shop, such as like where you're from. So right here, I'm gonna click on save. Now I'm going to actually give you an article, or basically let you know which states are subject to tax based off where you're from or based off where they are from. Okay, so I found an article that might help some of you if you decide to have taxes not automated. So basically, there are some states where you would actually charge based off where you're from or based off destination. So they call it origin versus destination based. And right here, they have a list of origin-based sales tax. So again, if you read this, if you live in one of these states, you should be charging everyone in your state the rate of where your business is located. So where your business is located, such as Arizona, California, you would be charging the sales tax based off where you're from. However, if you are based in different states, such as these ones right here, you would be charging people based off where they are from. So it can be a little complicated, guys. So again, you have 3 options. Your first option is to use WooCommerce automated taxes. Your second option is to use the the TaxJar plugin that is available with WooCommerce. Or you can actually do it yourself and go through each state and set it up yourself if you would like. Now, if you're just from one state, obviously from California, that'd probably be really easy to set, like such as Arizona, these ones. But if you're not, if you're from somewhere of like Georgia or Hawaii or Idaho, you would need to charge sales tax based off where they are from. So again, I'll leave this article so you can read more about it, and also the tax rates for each state. Again, those are your 3 options. So it's pretty much up to you at this point. You know, this is your business. I am just basically showing you the doors, and you're gonna kind of walk through them and, you know, do whatever you want for your business. Okay. So guys, that was a quick rundown of sales tax. It can be a little complicated, but if you are, using the automated system, it will make your life so much easier because it will charge tax accordingly. Okay. So the next section, we are going to go to shipping. So I'll see you in the shipping section.